Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Elma. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I'm going to be sharing with you how to recreate Meghan Markle's look from her interview with Oprah and Prince Harry. So if it's something you'd like to get into, keep on watching. Enjoy!
I gotta tell you something I could do.
Okay, so my face is all prepped. I think that what I'm going to start with is actually applying my primer because it's one of those primers that needs to, sit a little bit. It's like serum-y like. It's the Huda Beauty Water Jelly. I really like this primer because it kind of acts like a serum. It's very plumping and like really hydrating. So Meghan looked, fresh, dewy, glowy, obviously not only because of she's pregnant and all that, but just because she just has this general glow about her. Like, I've been rewatching Suits, and the fashions in that show is already like top notch. But yeah, so I'm gonna start off with the eyes because that's always what I start off with, and I'm first gonna prime them. And for primer, I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, just because her eye makeup, like, I keep looking down because like I have like a photo of her here, but her eye makeup was, I would say, what I call her classic smoky, but with a little extra oomph and minus the royal, I guess, protocol. I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. I had a look around on the internet, and her makeup artist is Daniel Martin, and I immediately followed because I love following makeup artists. And I watched one of these videos he had on Refinery where he kind of like broke down the look he did for Meghan for her wedding, and it's kind of the same thing that we have here, just a little smokier. And what he said is that he usually uses two different colors and builds up from there, like starts off at the lash line and builds up. So she has kind of this color type thing going on her eyes, a little smoky. This is the Auric, the new Auric shadow. I'm gonna be using that as a base, and then I'm gonna like smoke it up and build it up with the Rust palette. So that's what I'm gonna do. And the look is not that smoked out, so I'm gonna keep it really like it's kind of like slightly rounded and a little smoky at the bottom. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna very lightly, because it's not like a wing she has on there, so I'm just gonna do that, just build it up. And it doesn't go too high up. Obviously, Meghan and I do not have the same eye shape, and I'm, working with my own face. But usually when I do my eyeshadow, I really bring it high up here, but we're not going to be doing this here. I'm just going to keep it quite close like this. And just smoke that out so the majority of the darkness is next to the waterline or lash line. Stuff, I'm going to be going in with the Rust palette. This was actually featured in my last video where I talked about my top 5 warm neutral palettes to check out. I'll leave a link here so you can check it out if you're interested. And I'm going to be going in with this color over here called Rut Squared. And I'm going to go in with a small pencil brush, and I'm going to apply that to the lash line and start building up that gradient with that brush that I used to smoke out earlier, and just start creating that smokiness. And it really looks like there's like a sort of like build up from really like that black to the brown. So that's what I'm gonna do. And it really does come in tight, and that tightness I'll bring it on with some liner, because there's this trick that her makeup artist Daniel Martin talks about. I'll link that video in the description box so you can check it out, and all the products I'm using will be listed in the description box, so be sure to check it out. We're gonna slightly bring that darkness around here like this, just a little bit, because it's not that intense, but it's still noticeable. So I'm gonna bring that there like that. And we're not bringing everything out, we're really keeping it quite close because that's what she had going. I'm gonna go in with my Col de Lancôme and I'm going to apply that to my lash line, to my waterline. And there's this trick he does where he said, where when I say he, I mean Meghan Markle's makeup artist says to just like apply to the top lash and then pinch so that it transfers. And I'm just gonna do that, just regular schmegular applying of a liner. And then I'm gonna smoke down the bottom exactly like how I did the top, starting off with the Auric Smoke Reflect in Defiance. I do have a video where I'm reviewing Auric, so check it out in the cards over here. Looks like she has some kind of like bronzy shimmerness going on the lids, so I'm gonna go in with this color over here called Redux. And I'm gonna go in with a clean fluffy brush, but it's like blend that out in place, not like blend it out to diffuse it. And just go back with that Rut squared to smoke out that lash line again. Bring that back in. Let's move on to the face. Okay, so when you look at Meghan Markle's makeup in general, it doesn't look like she has a lot going on in terms of like foundation and all that. It seems very deliberate, and it was confirmed by Daniel Martin that he usually applies where stuff needs to be applied. And I think it's quite fitting because there's this brand that recently contacted me that's new on the market that's called Merit. They're available at Sephora and they nicely sent over a couple of things. I got to choose and I thought that it would be really perfect for this. So this is actually also a first impression of that brand, so we're just gonna like go with the flow. I am going to color correct first and then I'm gonna go in with the Merit Perfecting Complexion Stick. I got it in color khaki. We'll see if it's my shade, unless I'm gonna go in with the Dior Backstage Face and Body. My shade is in 4W and we'll move from there. So I'm doing some color correcting with the Lancôme Teint Idole Ultra Wear Camouflage. This is in the color Peach. So I'm not going to be putting on lots of foundation or anything like that. This is definitely going to be needed. The Merit Minimalist Perfecting Complexion Foundation and Concealer Stick is said to be a lightweight, medium coverage complexion stick with a natural looking finish to replace the foundation and concealer in your makeup bag. So coverage is medium, finish is natural, and it's a stick formula. It comes in 20 shades and I'm guessing a lot of the shades are crossover, and the shade I got is khaki, and I'm just going to be applying that where coverage is needed. I'm gonna apply some here and I'm gonna blend this out with my foundation brush from Fenty Beauty. I like this foundation brush because it is a very dense, so you don't lose coverage from whatever product it is you're using. It's interesting because the way this functions kind of reminds me of the stretch concealer from Glossier. I'm not mad at it, and this khaki shade is okay. Like, it's pretty close to my color. It's not bad. It really looks nice, and I think that for no makeup vibe, I'm not that mad at it. If you have lots of imperfections and you have oily skin, I don't know how you would like this. And also I do have dry skin, so that's to be noted, and I did do like a lot of hydration and all that beforehand, so that in mind. I'm just going to use my sponge to make sure everything is just even. And the thing is, like, when you look at Meghan's makeup, it's not very out there. I'm gonna go in to contour, and for that I'm gonna go in with the cream contour from Fenty Beauty. This is in Teddy number 5, and I just love this stuff so much. She's not heavily contoured, but there is a little something going in there. So I'm gonna go in, and because it's not a heavy contour, that's exactly why I'm using the Fenty, because it really gives you like contour and color, but not excessive, just enough. So that's what I'm gonna do. Like, you can tell that everything was placed up high just to lift it all up a little bit, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer, and although her under eye is not super duper bright, there is definitely like a sort of like centered glow going on. So I'm gonna go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this shade is Ginger. It's a classic, it works, it's a no-brainer, and I'm not gonna apply a lot, just a little. Now I'm just gonna lightly set all of that with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Matte Foundation, because she only had like really glow going on like in like on the sides of the face. So that's what I'm gonna do here, and I'm just gonna go in with like a fluffy powder brush like this, because this is quite full coverage. It's gonna set under my eyes and also kind of like the rest of the face. Merit also came out with these Flush Balm Cream Blushes, and I decided to pick two up because I'm a sucker for a cream blush. And this is said to be a foolproof flexible balm that deposits a creamy transparent veil of color to let your skin show through. Coverage is light, finish is radiant, and it's a stick form. So the shades I got were Chicky, which is said to be a cool pink, and Beverly Hills, which is said to be a soft peach. I'm gonna actually use a mix of the two, because on her cheeks you can tell that there's clearly a touch of peach. It really goes well with, you know, that really, you know, brown tan undertone. It's where it's at. Honestly, everything Meghan is wearing, it's some, like, I looked at it and I'm like, I have everything regardless of, you know, the Merit stuff. But I thought it was perfect for this because I feel like, you know, Merit kind of follows that vibe of like no makeup. I'm gonna go in with my trusty e.l.f. angled blush brush, and what I'm gonna do is, as I'm looking at the photo, clearly she has cheeks for days, but I'm gonna like really apply it on the higher points, just like I usually do. But you know, the star of the show is most definitely the cheeks. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with Beverly Hills, which is that soft peach, and apply that to like most of my cheek, and then I'm gonna accentuate the apples with Cheeky, which is that cool pink. Very, yeah, they were not kidding when they said a light coverage. So you really want to follow that bone structure. Like, I'm basically hitting on my bone right here. Go, I have like the base of the brush going, and lightly bring that to my nose a little bit. There's like a little bit something there. I'm gonna go in with Cheeky, and that I'll bring it a little bit more forward, but still staying on that bone. Like, I feel like rosiness of her cheeks is what on the skin like stood out to me the most, so that's what I'm, you know, getting at. Something with a little bit more color to it, because I feel like this is cute, but it's like a little too sheer, and her cheeks are clearly like flushed with color. And for that, I feel like the Kaja Saucy Cheek Stamp is going to be where it's at for me, so that's what I'm gonna do. There you go. I think by just adding this is gonna suffice to create that. Oh, there you go. That's what I was looking for. Ta-da! That's what I wanted. Before I move on to highlighter, Meghan has a whole bunch of freckles all over her face, and they're so beautiful. So I'm gonna enhance the freckles I already have on my face and add a little extra. And for that, I'm gonna be using the Freck pen. Cool thing about this is now available at Sephora, so check it out. So I'm gonna apply some freckles all over. I'm actually gonna look at a photo of Meghan. So she has them all over, but especially kind of like in the center on her cheeks, a little on the forehead, and of course she has like her beautiful beauty mark over there. Voila, freckles all over. I feel like we're slowly but surely getting there. Kind of to fix and set everything in place before I move on, I'm gonna be using the Fix Plus from MAC. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the eyes, and I'm gonna be actually trying the Merit mascara. It's called the Lengthening Mascara. Comes in this really sleek packaging. Initially, I think I was gonna put on some lashes, but it doesn't really look like she has lashes, so I might just go with some singles or something, so we'll see. Because it doesn't look like a full-on lash look. I'm gonna use this trick that Daniel Martin talks about, where he says he adds mascara, then pinches in with the lash curler, and then adds some more mascara. So I'm gonna give that for a try. So this is one eye done and the other without. It is definitely, I guess, giving me some length, but it's not giving me much volume. Currently been really loving the Hourglass Unlocked mascara, or the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes, or the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara. Those are my jam, like they truly do something to my lashes. This is okay. That technique though, I will be using again, most definitely. Yeah, I think this is cute. Let's go on to the lips and highlighter, and we're gonna be done. So now we're gonna move on to highlight, and Daniel Martin was talking about this balm. Right now I don't remember the name, but it basically looked like exactly in this kind of container, and he says that's usually what he adds because it adds dew and glow without, you know, the extra like shimmerness. And this one is specifically from Tower 28. I really love it. It doesn't stick to other things, and this combined with the Milk Flex highlighter, chef's kiss. Anyway, I will not be using this, however, because I do want to use the Merit product that I got, which is the Day Glow Highlighting Balm. And this comes in 2 shades. Canva, which is said to be a kind of like champagne color, and Bounce, which is said to be a rose gold. Translucent moisturizing highlighter made for daytime wear that illuminates your skin, imparting a dewy, balmy sheen with zero sparkle. Coverage light, finish radiant. So we're gonna go with that. So Meghan is mostly highlighted basically where the light touches her face, I want to say. So here, high points of her cheeks, down the nose for sure, a smidge on the top of her lip, but not a lot, and just blend it out with my finger, really applying it on the top of my bone. Ooh. And the reason I wanted to do the freckles underneath the highlighter is because I felt it'll look more natural. This is really nice. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see. I like that. Down the bridge of her nose for sure. This is really nice. I don't like the smell though. It smells very inspired makeup. But I like this a lot. This is really nice. And it doesn't seem to be displacing anything underneath, so I'm not mad. I'm just gonna go over with the sponge. But yeah, I just really just deposited that glow right there. Let me just like do a little Meghan smile. Just a little extra here. I think this might be my favorite product of the lot, but then again, I love me some highlighter, so don't be surprised. This is lovely. So we're gonna do the lips. I'm gonna line my lips with Iconic Nude because I feel like that's the vibe of her lips. It's like my lips but better, and there's kind of like this powdery smudgeness going on, so there's definitely no overlining. So I am gonna do that, and Iconic Nude is just that for me, my lips but better. So if you're creating this look, you really want to go with colors that enhance you the most. And it looks a little smudge on the side. So Merit does have some lip products, and they're called the Shade Sleek Tinted Lip Oil. They come in 4 shades. I got 2 shades, Sangria and Pink Beet. So Pink Beet is said to be a cool pink, and Sangria is said to be a deep berry. A sheer tinted lip oil infused with a rose hip oil and shea butter for healthy looking lips all day long. lip gloss, lip balm, treatment, lip stain. That's the formula type. Benefits, hydrating and long wearing. So she clearly has kind of like that rosy cheek lip thing going on. So I'm gonna go in with the color Pink Beat. I think that since it's a stain, I'm gonna add in a little bit of that sangria because they're gonna benefit in the center here like that, just so it follows. And yeah, I'm gonna do my little hair, my little thing, and we'll be right back with my final. So my thoughts on Merit is it's an interesting brand. It's definitely for people who are into like that minimal makeup, like that vibe. Quality pretty good so far. Like I like what I've tried. I would say though I wasn't very impressed with the packaging, giving the price tag. I don't know, it's giving me a little cheap vibe. And I know you can do plastic, you know, minimal packaging and still bring that richness, like for example Milk or Glossier, but this, I don't know, it feels way too flimsy, way too light, way too play. I don't know, there's something about the packaging that's just irking me the wrong way. The blushes are really nice. They're very subtle. I would say if you have deeper skin tone, definitely go for like the deeper ones, because I don't know how much the lighter shades are gonna show up, but definitely they show up. They're very light. All this is quite light. Like I said earlier, the foundation concealer kind of reminds me of the Glossier stretch concealer. If you haven't seen my video on that where I make Glossier full coverage, definitely check it out in the cards here. My favorite standout product of all, I will say, is the highlighter. Love it so much. I think it looks so beautiful. Definitely without that glitter, very balmy, very sheeny, but actually shows up. Like, I don't know, there's something about this that's really up there on my alley. I really enjoy cream products a lot because I do have dry skin, so it's like we were meant to be. This is the finished look, inspired by what Meghan Markle was wearing during her interview with Oprah and Prince Harry. Listen, in no way, shape, or form am I a royalist, okay? I'm French. We off with his head our king like a couple centuries ago, okay? But I must say, I went in anticipating lots of me rolling my eyes because it was like, boo-hoo, we have issues. But everything felt true to me. Everything felt normal to me. And the way they responded to me felt like how a normal person with integrity would respond to something, especially after a while of being cussed out of your name, you know. So tell me your opinions below. What do you think? I know I'm someone, okay, listen, I'm someone who's very tra-la-la-la-la. I'm not gonna say I'm naive, I'm very pessimistic actually, but I make an effort to mostly concentrate on the good part. There are some parts I did roll my eyes when she was like, she did not look up Prince Harry. I was like, girl, you didn't. We know some friends of yours probably looked him up and gave you the information, and I still consider that looking up, okay? If your sis is doing the looking up for you, it's still looking up, okay? Parts like that, I rolled my eyes. Then Prince Harry said, there are some moments he said certain things and I'm like, did you really need to be with a black woman to know that, you know, these issues exist? But then again, I don't know what it's like to be a royal and to be, I guess, in that royal bubble. But something called the internet is readily available. I would like to think y'all have good Wi-Fi at, you know, Buckingham Palace or wherever it is that they be living at. Maybe, you know, that's just my personal thought. But all in all, this interview I felt was needed. I feel we needed it, and obviously the royal family needed it. Do I feel like in a couple of years time everybody who was like, oh my god, I can't believe you're doing this Netflix thing, blah, 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 I'm sure they're all gonna be mad because like this whole monarchy thing, I don't see it lasting any longer than it should, especially with everything else going on. It's like, And Meghan and Harry are gonna be here just sipping their tea and enjoying the, you know, Malibu sun, and just being like, we got a leg up on you now. Who wants the tips now? So I don't know. I found it really interesting. I really enjoyed recreating this look. If there are other looks you would like me to create, let this become a series on my channel. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you're notified when I have new videos. A couple of videos have just popped up on the screen. You know what to do. Go check them out if you haven't already. Just go perusing on my channel if you have, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!